Hey guys, my name is JR from PimClick, a digital marketing and tech agency. So what we're going to be talking about today is what exactly is SEO and why is it so important. So again, SEO is, if not, one of the most important digital marketing tools to have in order to improve your business. SEO is made up of multiple different elements, and knowing exactly what they are and how they work is the key to understanding the importance of SEO. But in short, SEO is so important because it makes your website visible to the public, which means more traffic and more opportunities to convert prospects into customers or clients. So if we go even to it further, SEO is important because it is a valuable tool for brand awareness, building relationships with your prospects, and putting yourself into a position where your customers trust you and sees you as an authoritative and an expert in the field. So we'll be talking more about SEO and why is it so vital in today's world. As mentioned before, right, we have a lot of crucial elements of SEO that could drastically impact your business. So let's start with keywords. Back in the day, we're talking about a few years back, like when digital world was still relatively new, keywords were the only SEO technique that mattered. And even though those days are somewhat gone, they are still very crucial today. The difference in today is that keywords must now be let's say, somewhat well researched, carefully chosen, and appropriately used in your content in order to be effective. But again, some may have the question like, what are keywords? They're basically just are they like simple words that society uses on search engines to find out what they're looking for? Well, technically, yes and no. It is true that they're just words, but they're also long phrases that prospect use to find online content. So when researching for keywords, it is important to study and seek out the ones that are considered to have high search rates and low competition, and to also choose what we call short tail keywords. Let's say, for example, like dog, or long tail keywords, maybe like Labrador puppies for sale, and also local keywords such as puppies for sale in Thailand, so that you can be able to work with your content. And the next one, what we'll be talking about is content. So content is also important to SEO because it is literally the tool you use to be able to reach and engage audiences. So for example, if you own a nursery, which is basically where plants are grown to a certain age and sold, and maybe you wanted to increase your visibility, then it is logical to publish a ton of blog content about gardening. Maybe like what type of species of plants to grow, what are some tips to grow plants, when and why you should be able to be growing plants, and basically many more type of blogs. And when you have an individual gain interest about gardening and went looking for that particular information, then your blog would come up and you'll be able to build a relationship with that individual because you provided great information and valuable information. So when that prospect finally decides maybe they want to start buying a plant, then it's going to be your business that comes to mind first. So with multiple social media platforms today, it is key that your content is not only educational, but also interesting, relevant, engaging, and shareable. Some varieties of content could be maybe like, web page content, videos, blogs, podcasts, or social media posting, or even local listing. Next, we have off-page SEO. It involves, the external optimization practices that happen outside your website. So the main technique used for off-page SEO is backlink building, since quality backlinks to your site from external sites can tell search engines that your website is valuable and in high quality. And again, this builds authority, which I'll be talking about later. Backlink is essentially a hyperlink that brings you from one page to another. So there are many tactics to backlink building, and some of the current ones include like guest blogging or creating lots of infographics that will be highly shareable, and also mentioning influencers in your content. Next, we have local SEO. It is also becoming increasingly important as more and more people use mobile devices for search. So 57% of all searches are performed from either tablets or smartphones, and half of those searches have local intent. So we could take, for example, if you owned a restaurant, with again, owning a restaurant, local SEO would ensure that when people in your area went looking for the best restaurants to eat in town, that it would be your website that comes across. So using local keywords, other than local SEO practices include claiming directory listing, creating local location specific pages for your site, or even creating pages for your business on Google Maps and such. So these are obviously very specific, but again, it's very important to look into. Then we have search engine marketing. Search engine marketing, or what we like to call SEM, refers to paid marketing efforts, and it includes, ads, social media ads, pay-per-click, Google Shopping ads, display ads, basically anything that's literally ads. And some may say that SEM isn't a major component of good SEO strategy, but it does have its importance because it can help you reach new and highly targeted audience. Now that we know the crucial elements to SEO, maybe we can discuss a little bit more about understanding the importance of SEO for modern businesses. So one of the most important functions of SEO is increasing visibility, which means making it easier for your prospects to find exactly what they search for, something that you have to offer. So visibility is directly related to your ranking. So the higher your rank on the search engine result page, or what we like to call SERP, the more likely prospects are to see you and click through your website. So the more effective your SEO efforts are, the higher your ranking and better visibility. Which, by the way, if you think about it, it's very important, as you normally don't see, people click past the first link. So increased web traffic is also one of the main goals of SEO, and you increase traffic when you increase visibility and ranking. So we must all consider for a moment that nearly 33% of clicks go to the first ranking page, and the first 5 listings get over 75% of all clicks. It just shows that people don't get past the first page, as with a higher ranking normally means reliable information and better services. So if you want more prospects to find your website through a search engine, then you need SEO practices that will help you rank better among the top 5 positions, and maybe ideally become the top 3 or maybe even number 1. The concept of authority is relatively new in SEO, but it's becoming increasingly important to search engine because it's important to web users, basically. And what authority means is that your website is trustworthy, it's with high quality, relevant, and basically has something to offer. So the more authority that your website has, the higher your ranking will be, and the more prospects will come and trust your brand. Another reason why SEO is so critical is because all the time that you put into generating great content and optimizing your site with an on-page SEO improves the usability of your site, and then it creates a seamless and positive customer experience. So for example, if you make your site more responsive, it will become usable to all mobile visitors, as well as people who visit from maybe a laptop or a desktop. And again, similarly, increasing your page loading speed reduces bounce rate and encourages visitors to spend more time into your website. Again, statistically, nearly 50% of consumers expect a page to load within 2 seconds, or maybe even just a click. And the longer the time that it is to load, then there's a higher chance again that they might just get out of your website and look at something else. In the end of the day, the reason why SEO is so important is because it can help you achieve many of your business goals. SEO can help build your relationship with your audience, improve customer experience, increase your authority, drive more people to your website, and maybe give you even an edge over the competition in the world. They will also increase your conversions, which means again, more sales, loyal customers, and growth for your business. And a final note that is, again, maybe definitely worth mentioning is that SEO is important, as search engines aren't perfect, and if you don't take steps to counter their failures, then your website will be in deep trouble and will definitely pay the price. So for example, if you don't have a proper link structure, then search engines may not be able to crawl and index the site properly, and this can lower your rankings for sure. Coding errors can also block search engines entirely, making it impossible for your site to get to the high rank no matter how much time or effort you put into your SEO. Some examples that we can look at for the search engines to run into problems are maybe like duplicate pages, or language and semantics going all over the place, or even images and videos. Finally, we can see how SEO is important, that it is a complex undertaking that involves many different techniques, tactics, and maybe even practices. It's really important to know that these practices and techniques aren't fixed at all. Technology evolves every day, and a lot of people, their behaviors of how they use the website also changes, and search engines change their algorithm every year. So companies definitely need to be able to adapt and be on top of the competition. And with the emergence of digital age, companies need to see the importance of SEO to be able to accomplish goals like brand awareness, conversion, customer experience, and many more. So That's it for my topic today about SEO, and please like and share the video if you found it interesting, and also comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll definitely get back to you. You can also download our ebook in the description below and visit our website. And if you ever want to have the opportunity to work with us, then feel free to contact us. Thank you, and see you again next time.